The Dallas Cowboys had mixed expectations coming into this 2021 NFL season, and the reasons for those mixed expectations is on the offensive side of the ball. Can they stay healthy? The offensive line has suffered injuries throughout the course of last year, with Tyron Smith and Zach Martin missing a ton of time, and Dak Prescott, the main piece, missing a ton of time with that devastating ankle injury that took him out for most of the 2020 season. And can this defense make any sort of improvement after a historically bad 2020 season? And they also have a new defensive coordinator coming into the year, and Dan Quinn. Now, this Dallas Cowboys team now sits at 11-4, having clinched the NFC East division as we sit in Week 17 as they head into their contest against the Arizona Cardinals, another team that is competing for one of the top spots in the NFC. This Dallas Cowboys team has a lot of Super Bowl expectations with the season that they've had. But in today's video, we're going to answer the question, are the Dallas Cowboys legit contenders for the Super Bowl championship this season? But before I get into that, make sure you guys leave this video a like. That does help this channel to grow tremendously. And also click that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any other videos that I post on this channel. But without further ado, let's dive into it.
I'm striving to get rich. That's why I always went 2 years without buying shoes and feet. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
This Dallas Cowboys defense has been led by two young stud up-and-coming players in this league, with second-year corner Trevon Diggs leading the league in interceptions with 11, and Micah Parsons, a rookie who has been coming onto the scene and looking like an all-pro in his very first season of play. This Dallas Cowboys defense is 7th in the league in points against, allowing 20.5 points a game, while this Dallas Cowboys defense also leads the league in turnovers with 33 forced turnovers. As far as the yardage goes, the Cowboys are 19th in the league with yards against, and they are 20th against the pass, but they are really solid against the run, which they are 12th against the run. This Dallas Cowboys defense has been a tremendous upgrade over what they had last season. While the defense last year was 7th in turnovers, they were 28th in points against last season, 23rd in yards against total. They were 11th against the pass, but the run defense was absolutely horrible, ranking 31st in the league against the run. Now, this Cowboys defense is not going to wire you with big stops. It's not going to wire you with shutdown ability. But this Dallas Cowboys defense is opportunistic. They are going to force turnovers. They're going to wreak havoc all over your offense. DeMarcus Lawrence is having a very solid season as well. Vander Esch wins in the lineup, has been playing some really solid football. And this Dallas Cowboys defense has been a tremendous improvement over what they had last year. And it is a big part as to why this team sits at 11-4 versus the 6-10 record that they ultimately finished with last season under old defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. So this Dallas Cowboys defense has been wreaking havoc, and it has released Jalen Smith in a surprising move in the middle of the season. But that move proved to not really hurt this Dallas Cowboys defense so much, as they still are creating havoc and turnovers. They are turning those turnovers into points as far as touchdowns on their own end, and they are clicking at the right time at the end of the season. Now, we all know defense travels when it goes into the playoffs. And what better defense than an opportunistic defense, a defense that a little bit relies on turnovers, but they can still get some stops when they need it. So this Dallas Cowboys defense is, I believe, a very good defense, and it can be potential to be a Super Bowl caliber defense if everybody is healthy, and they are creating turnovers, and they are creating the sacks, and they are creating pressure on the quarterback at the right time. Because this defense, I believe, is very similar to the Tampa Bay defense last season that got hot at the right time and carried that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team ultimately a Super Bowl championship last season. And I believe this Dallas Cowboys defense has a lot of similarities with the pass rush of Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and those guys up front. They have the ability to stop the run, and they have the ability to create turnovers, which can be big in a playoff game and can be big in playoffs and carry this team towards a Super Bowl appearance. Now let's switch things over to this Dallas Cowboys offense. This Dallas Cowboys offense has had some inconsistencies this year, which has had them lose 3 out of 4 games at one point in the middle of this season. Whether it was guys going on a COVID list and Amari Cooper, whether it was injuries to Dak Prescott, Ezekiel, Elliott, Tony Pollard, Tyron Smith up front on that offensive line, Lyle Collins as well. This Dallas Cowboy offense has really started to find its stride the last couple of weeks, especially in the running game. Rushing for over 120 yards in 3 of their last 4 contests and 100 yards in each of the last 4 games, and all 4 of those games have been wins for this Dallas Cowboys football team. Wins over the New Orleans Saints, the Washington football team twice, and the New York Giants, and the Washington football team game last week was a 56-14 beatdown. Now, one thing that can carry with the defense that is opportunistic in creating turnovers and creating pressure on the quarterback is a running game. A running game that this Dallas Cowboys team is absolutely needed. A running game for this Dallas Cowboys team, I believe, is going to be their biggest strength heading into a playoffs where they can potentially reach the Super Bowl. And Dak Prescott in last week's Washington football game played, I believe, his best game so far this year, and that has the potential for his momentum to carry into the rest of this season. Mike McCarthy, I believe, has this offense clicking at the right time, because we all know there are teams that can get hot at the right time and they can eventually pull off a Super Bowl run and a Super Bowl championship. Just look at the 2 New York Giants Super Bowl championships over the New England Patriots, and just look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year, where the offense was starting to click at the right time. Everybody was getting healthy. Everybody was getting their weapons back together. And this Dallas Cowboys team is the same way, I believe, with Dalton Schultz at the tight end position, who's starting to emerge and be a really good weapon for Dak Prescott. Then you have the 3 horsemen wide receivers and CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup, along with the running game of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. I believe those 2 guys are being really used in both the running game and the passing game as well. That proves big help for Dak Prescott, who I said earlier, I believe is starting to play hot and get hot at the right time, and that can carry over that momentum into a Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl run. This Dallas Cowboys team, as an offense, is first in points, averaging 30 points per game. The passing offense is 3rd in the NFL, and their rushing offense is 6th in the NFL. So, along with that defense, this offense is starting to click at the very right time. The running game is starting to get themselves together at the very right time. This offensive line has been playing well the last couple of weeks in the running game, and it has been a big boost for this Dallas Cowboys offense and helping them put more points on the board, because the running game, I believe, is the absolute strength of this Dallas Cowboys team, and that is going to carry them into the playoffs and potentially a Super Bowl run. Now, this week against the Arizona Cardinals, I believe, is going to tell a lot about where the Cowboys are as a team, but I do believe and I do see some resemblance in this Cowboys team to last year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that eventually went on to win the Super Bowl. The Buccaneers last year started to rely more on their running game later on in the season with Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones in that offensive line that the Buccaneers have. And the Cowboys' offensive line is very good. And you also have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, who can really carry this running game. Offensively, the Bucs had a lot of weapons on the outside with Gronk, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. And I believe that this Cowboys team has a very similar weapon system with Cooper, Lamb, Dalton Schultz, Michael Gallup. So they have a lot of similarities there, and not to mention the quarterback play is going to be a little bit different, and I still believe that Dak Prescott's athleticism and him clicking at the right time can really carry this Dallas Cowboys offense later on in the season. And the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year relied on a lot of turnovers, relied on getting pressure on the quarterback and creating havoc. And you have Micah, Parsons, Trevon, Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence, and those guys on the defensive side of the ball that has been creating constant pressure on the quarterback. They have been really, really stout up against the run, and they are creating a lot of turnovers in their own right. They have so many comparisons to last year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and I can really see this Dallas Cowboys football team kind of copying what the Buccaneers did last year, even though they still have to compete with those same Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers, who are always there in competition in the NFC. I do believe that this Dallas Cowboys team has very, very high potential of eventually making it to the Super Bowl in LA and possibly winning that Super Bowl if everything goes right for this team. So I actually do believe that this Dallas Cowboys team are Super Bowl contenders. But that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. Comment your thoughts down below. Do you believe that this Cowboys team can really compete for a Super Bowl, or do you believe that they are, like Stephen A. Smith says, an accident waiting to happen? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I always read my comments, and as always, click that subscribe button and notification bell so you not miss a single video. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.